Welcome back, gentlemen, to Distance Learning with Reynolds. We're learning from far away. Or you're there and I'm here dressed in a robe and a scarf just to make this slightly more engaging and, well, because I'm an idiot. Today we're going to talk about poetry because it's National Poetry Month. And I'm going to stop talking like this now because it takes too much effort. National Poetry Month is April. Today I want to talk about two things. One is similes. Simile is when you compare two things using the words like and the word as. And the poet that you're going to be reading today, his name is Mojgani. We've watched a number of his poems in class before, or watched him perform a number of poems in class before, not in person, but on the TV, because he lives in Seattle and I can't get him to come to the classroom.
Rock out like you'll never have to open up a textbook again. Rock out like you get paid to disturb the peace.
That being said, he created this poem called For Those Who Can Still Ride an Airplane for the First Time. He's one of my favorite poets. So look, this is created for kids that don't necessarily even like poetry. So if you like poetry, you'll love it. If you don't like poetry, give it a shot. It's only a poem, and I promise that you will maybe like it. That's about as good as my promises get. While you're reading this, I want you to be mindful of two things. One, how is the writer using similes? And two, what did you want to be when you were a kid? So part of reading this is you being able to tap in to who you were when you were little. I may have told this story in class before, but I really wanted to be a garbage man when I was little. I wanted to stand on the back of that truck because I couldn't believe they let you stand on the back of the truck and drive down the street. And then you got to put stuff like a couch into the back of the truck because I didn't know anything about bed bugs. Then watch that truck crush the couch. It was like the most magical thing, and I used to play it with lawn chairs in my backyard. I'd dress up like a trash man, go in my backyard, take garbage and put it on a lawn chair and crush it. My mom really loved that because it meant that I was going through the trash can and, making a mess in the yard with trash. We looked like Sanford and Son. So that was a thing. When you're finished reading the poem, all you have to do is answer the number of questions that I have on the sheet that is attached to this Google Classroom document. And that's it. Several things to be mindful of. One, no longer doing late work. And so I want to break this down because it seems a little bit more insensitive in an email form because it's just me writing. But that really comes from, we've been doing this for 4-5 weeks now. And so when I keep getting tons of work that is super late, it is making it very difficult to grade. So if you have something going on, if there is a problem at the house, please reach out to me, let me know, and let me help you on the front end as much as I can. So you can still hand stuff in until Friday of that week, but after that, I'm no longer taking late work because it is problematic in a number of ways. One, it's really hard to keep up on that much work. Two, it just throws off grades, and I don't want that to happen. I want you to have a true sense of what your grade is at the moment. Second announcement is, please don't forget that my office hours are from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. every day. If you can't get to office hours, just reach out an email. I'm checking my email twice a day. I'm batching them together. So I'm doing a bunch of them in the morning, a bunch of them in the late afternoon. So if you have a question, you have a concern, you need me for anything, just let me know. And if a phone call is easier, just let me know what your number is and I can call you and we can hash it out that way as well. And the third thing is, just make sure that you're watching for punctuation, spacing when you're typing, grammar, and the other thing I was harping about, but it's in the direction, so you'll see it anyway. But just make sure, because I'm not asking for that much work. I want to make sure that your voice is clearly and concisely heard by me when I'm grading it, because otherwise it makes it hard for me to sort of have to decode things sometimes when I'm reading someone's writing that just typed it in real quick in text speech. Guys, just so you know, I really miss you, and I really miss being in school. I'm tired of being at home and just being in my house all the time. And if I could, I would have some kind of magic that would happen and it would take us back to school. But alas, I don't. But just know that I'm thinking about you. I hope that all of you are well. That's it, guys. Peace.